Okay.
All right, today we are discussing the Reading Free Vocational Interest Inventory, the third edition. My name is Krista.
My name's Cassie.
And to begin, we're going to start off with a table of contents just to kind of give you an overview of what we're talking about. So first we'll include the description, so what's included in the whole interest inventory, how to administer it both online and on paper, and some examples directly from the inventory booklet. So we uploaded pictures so you can see what it looks like. And then scoring, so how to interpret the results and how to input the scores from the user. So to begin, we have the description. Included in the whole interest inventory is 16 career clusters, and there are 80 items with 3 illustrations per item. And the most important thing and unique thing about the assessment is that there are no verbal symbols or written statements. And so in the 16 career clusters, it is architecture and construction, education and training, health science, and law and public safety. So these are just 4 examples of the 16 total. And then the career clusters are defined by the US Department of Education and the US Department of Labor. So the assessment authors chose this because it is part of the US departments and it's recognized from a lot of schools. And the pictures shown in each item vary from skill level. So the occupation shown will require like maybe extensive training or maybe just on the job training. So then for administration, it can be administered individually, like on a one-on-one basis or in groups. One thing to keep in mind when administering to groups is that you should have enough administrators to answer user questions, and each user needs an online profile. There is no time limit with this assessment. However, it does take 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And then in the user manual, there are specific directions for what to say when administering. And it is okay to explain the illustrations to the users if they ask for it. But going back to the directions, on the inventory booklet, there is an example. And so the administrator would say, look at these 3 pictures, find one that is most interesting to you, mark only one picture, and see the example below. So then the user would pick the one that's most interesting to them, and then they can move on to the whole inventory booklet. And adaptations are permissible with this assessment. So if the user has a motor impairment, you can make the selection for them, or you can provide a guide that they can mark it. They have a visual impairment, you again can give that description of what's in it. So here are some examples directly from the inventory booklet. So here we have 6 items from it, and specifically looking at example 34, we have 3 different occupations shown. And so starting from left to right, the leftmost one is a nurse specialist. In the middle, we have a dental assistant. And on the right side is an insurance claim clerk. So these are an example of the items provided in the assessment.
Moving on to the scoring, it must be completed online. The user must only select one illustration of interest. Then it sorts career clusters from high interest to low interest. Within the career clusters, specific careers can be identified along with the education level needed, leveling from entry level to professional level, and a link to more detailed information about the career, including salary and job outlook, can also be found. And then you can print out the report once you're done. Overall, users can take this information and make steps to explore the occupations in which they have most interest in. So on this slide is an example of what you would see from the interpretive report. This is showing how the user's interests are aligned with certain career clusters. The relevance to OT. In a school setting, you can use this to assess interest for those who may be graduating high school soon and want to enter the workforce. For the community setting, leading groups focused on career awareness, exploration, and planning. And then you can also use it with a variety of populations. It is simple and unique for people with disabilities. Some disabilities may include non-readers or struggling readers, also visual impairments. It can also be used for people who are non-English speakers or English language learners, and can be administered individually or in groups. So the main points of this assessment, it is ideal for people who have intellectual disabilities or have difficulty reading. Adaptations are permissible. Scoring must be completed online. And then this assessment is used to match users' interests with career clusters and occupations for further exploration.